Hey, what's up, everyone? Today is Wednesday, March the 5th. I'm in Buenos Aires, Argentina. If you haven't heard, the United States has ceased sending military aid to Ukraine. There are multiple reports that they're ceased providing intelligence to Ukraine. After all this time, they finally did that. So it seems to be because of Friday's meeting, disastrous meeting last Friday, where the Trump administration tried to bully Zelensky. Zelensky lost his cool, which I believe he kept it longer than I would. I might have punched somebody, but basically he now Trump and team are playing, I guess, hardball by punching down and beating up on our allies instead of being tough with Russia. And of course, it's been over 24 hours since Trump was inaugurated. We knew that there was going to be no peace that quickly. But I didn't realize that he would use Ukraine so shabbily to basically just kick around, try to exploit, try to rob, try to terrorize, and now seems to be taking the side of Russia. So I'm not happy about it. If you're not happy about it, here's something you can do. You can call your elected representatives. Now, I happen to have phone numbers of several representatives, some that don't even represent me. I'm going to call them anyway, man, because it feels good. And by the way, they need to know that people are for Ukraine. And the more people that do this, the more likely they are to change their minds. Why? And I know you're thinking, oh, you're never going to change minds. Wrong. The people that are siding with Russia right now have absolutely zero moral center. Zero. If not, they wouldn't be siding with Russia because they were all about Ukraine 3 years ago. The only reason they're not all about them now is because Trump is doing what he does, and because Russian disinformation has an impact, and then the winds just, these people who just go whichever way the wind blows, well, they're blowing this way. We need to get the wind to blow this way, and tell them they need to grab some backbone. Now, there are also probably more cynical things at play. Maybe some people are getting paid by the Russian government somehow, some way in an offshore bank account. Would not surprise me. Regardless, democracy demands that we stand for what we believe in, which is what I'm going to do. So all you trolls and all you haters who want to get on here and say some smarmy stuff, go right ahead. I'm going to do what I want to do. And you guys can follow me as well if you like. So let's call the first person I'm going to call is Speaker Mike Johnson. Now, Mike Johnson says he's a Christian and he's pro-life, but by pulling these weapons, basically what he's done is he's left the civilians in Ukraine very susceptible to missile and airstrike attack because the United States provides the best military air defense in the world. It's what keeps Israel safe. So why are we arming Israel but not Ukraine? I don't know. That's something for another day. That's a question for Trump, actually. But what I would like to say to Mike Johnson, why are you doing this? Why are you siding with Russia? I thought you were pro-life. So let's see if anybody picks up. His number is 202-225-4000. Now that's for non-constituents. If you are a constituent, your voice will carry even higher. That number for constituents, people, residents of Louisiana and his wherever his district or whatever, 202-225-2777. The area code is 202 because these are his DC offices. I'm going to call 202-225-4000 for the non-constituents and let my voice be heard. Bear with me. I'm in Argentina, so I have to do all the plus stuff. And +1. Otherwise, I'll be calling someone here in Argentina. I'm so happy I have an international plan because I can call these slippery, slick, no good, no backbone politicians. They have no backbone or moral center. It's distressing. Here we go.
You've reached the office of Speaker Mike Johnson. Unfortunately, we are unable to take your call at the time. If you leave your name, number, and the name of the staffer you are trying to contact, we will attempt to call you back as soon as possible. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Robert Rose. I'm a resident of the United States. I'm from Tennessee. Obviously, I'm not a constituent, but as Speaker of the House, I felt like Mike Johnson needs to know how I feel I've been to Ukraine 6 times. I'm going back this summer to help. We have a lot of Americans in Ukraine that are volunteering, both as soldiers and as volunteers, and their lives are being put in jeopardy because you guys have decided to play political pawns with Ukrainian lives and pull back weapons. The only way that you can basically justify, I guess, peace is to force Ukraine to the table, and I think that's abhorrent. You're siding with Russia. You need to be tough on Russia. You need to be nicer to our allies and quit alienating them. This is abhorrent. These are not American values. What are you doing, Mike Johnson? I thought you were a Christian. I thought you were pro-life. Blood is going to be on your hands, and if anybody I know gets killed, trust me, you will not have a moment of peace the rest of your days on this earth. Okay, I don't recommend doing that last part, but that's the way I roll, man. You know, these guys get threatened like bad by the MAGA right. I know this because I get threatened by them, and I'm nowhere near the flashing point that these guys are. So, you know, I think it's okay to talk tough to them, to let them know. And what I mean when I say I'm going to, if someone, I mean, I'm going to like harass the man. I mean, I'll go to church with him. I'll go to, you know, his community and hang out and have a poster of the person who died. The blood will be on his hands and he will never forget it. That's what I mean. And, or I'll make a film about it. So these phone calls you can do, find out your local representative, give them a call, and tell them that you are not happy. I'm getting ready to go call my Tennessee representatives, and here we have just for, I mean, if you want to call Marjorie Taylor Greene, I don't think it'd do any good for her probably, but just to mess with her and tell her you didn't like what her little boyfriend said about Zelensky wearing a suit. Her number is 202-225-5211. Tommy Traitoerville, America's dumbest congressman, 202-224-4124. Troy Nehls, this is a clown out of Texas, you know, spewing Russian propaganda on a regular basis. His number is 202-225-5951. These are, again, all their DC offices. You can find their local offices as well. Another thing you can do is you can email them. So you can find out their email address. They all have contacts. That actually helps as well. And if they have a local office where you are from, you can call that office as well. I have those numbers. If you need your number, you know, look it up online. If you can't find it, let me know. I'll help you do it. I'm going to call Marcia Blackburn next, and then Tim Burchette, Scott Des Jarlais, and Bill Hagerty. These are all the Tennessee politicians that are pro-Russia, pro-North Korea, pro-Iran. That's all pro-China. I mean, they seem to be anti-democracy at this point. So what we have to do, as I said, is that they have no moral centers. They're like, oh, the wind is blowing here. I'm going here. Scared little monkeys. But if you can bring the wind back this way, they'll be like, oh, Putin cannot win, which is what Marcia Blackburn told me when we met with her the first time. And then she proceeded not to vote for aid. They have no moral center. They are not humans as you and I know humans, in that we have a conscience, what's right, what's wrong. They're simply narcissists looking to survive, and I'm a squirrel, gotta get my nut kind of thing. Well, you let them know that if they don't do the right thing with American values, that you are going to make their life miserable. And I think maybe we can have the wind blow this way for a change.